Welcome back. So this one is going to be identifying the key feature of a even degree polynomial. So given this graph, what do I say that this is an even degree polynomial? So even degree polynomial, okay, the ends point toward the same direction, okay? So that's why I know it's even, okay? So the sign of a leading coefficient is negative. What do I say that it's negative? Because the remember the arrows are pointing down. The arrows on the far right is pointing down. And so because they're both going toward the same direction. So because the arrows are pointing down, so I know that the sign is negative. Now on the end behavior on the left, so as the x value keeps on becoming more negatives, comma, the y value approaches negative infinity. Okay, so on the right, as the x value approaches positive infinity, the y value approaches negative infinity. Let me fix that, please. Okay, y negative infinity, because arrows are pointing down. And the y-intercept represents the point of intersection between the y-axis and the polynomial, which is right here. So what are the zeros? You have two zeros, one and x equal -1 and x equal +2. And remember, they are double. Why? There's no crossover. The polynomial is bouncing back down in both. So I know at x equal -1, it's a double root. So the factor of this is going to be the opposite. It's going to be x plus 1, and you square it. The other one is going to be the opposite. To make it equal to 0 is going to be -2. So you have to -2 on both sides. So that's why you get x minus 2, and you square it. Again, you want to go back before we apply the zero poly property. So if you know that the 0 is -1, so you're going to add 1 here. And then here you're going to -2. So now, before we apply the zero poly property, so the factor were, okay, x plus 1 squared and x minus 2 squared. Now we don't know a, that's why you want to find out. So because we don't know a, you're going to pick, since you already use the x-intercept, we cannot use again the points from the x-intercept because it's going to just cancel everything out. Why? Because x-intercept means the y equal to 0. So this entire expression will be equal to 0. Okay, so then you want to pick another point, over point than the x-intercept. So that's why I chose the point, the y-intercept, away from the x-intercept. But again, it can be any point on the polynomials. But I chose this one because this one is kind of exact. I didn't see any other exact point. So I have 0, -4. Then I'm going to replace y with -4, leave a alone, and I'm going to replace x with 0. And then square it. 0 plus 1 is 1 squared. 0 minus 2 is going to be -2 squared. So let's do some mental math here. -2 squared means -2 times -2, which is +4 times 1 is 4 times a is going to be 4a. And the goal here, we want to solve for a. You have -4 equal 4a. So to solve for a here, what would you do? You divide by 4 on both sides, and you end up with a, -1 equal to a. It makes sense because remember, we learned that we know that the sign is negative. So the leading coefficient must be negative, and you found that to be -1. So the factor form is going to be y equal -1, x plus 1 squared times x minus 2 squared. So you end up having y equal -1 is just, I'm going to divide by the 1. I'm going to drop the 1. So negative parenthesis x plus 1 squared, x minus 2 squared. And that's your final answer. So what is the standard form? Okay, so for the standard form, what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand the factor form. It's going to be x plus 1 times x plus 1, right? Because exponent of 2 tells us how many times the base needs to be multiplied by itself. And then the second one is x minus 2 squared. It's going to be x minus 2. Oops. So you do x minus 2 times x minus 2. Then you're going to multiply. Okay, so I'm going to choose to multiply the left. I'm going to ignore the negative for now and distribute the negative at the end. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to multiply the x plus 2. No, x plus 1, sorry. Okay, so please do the video, do the same. Okay, so I multiply those, the x plus 2 times x plus 2 factors, and I got x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now x minus 2 times x minus 2, I got x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so then you have to I have to take those two and multiply them together. Okay, so for this, I'm going to draw a three. I need to draw 3 rows. I hope I have no space. And three column. Okay, then on the right, I'm going to write x squared, 2x, and then 1. And above the box, I'm going to write x squared minus 4x plus 4, and then I'm going to multiply. So x squared times x squared is x to the 4th power. X squared times negative 4x is negative 4x cubed. X squared times 4 is going to be 4x squared. And then you continue to do that. Continue multiplying. So please please pause the video and multiply. Okay, so I multiply. Okay, I hope you got the same answer. Okay, then I was able to see that I could combine the term placed diagonally. Okay, so 2x cubed minus 4x cubed add up to negative 2x cubed, and negative x squared plus 4x squared add up to negative 4x squared plus 1x squared add up to negative 3x squared. Negative 4x, okay, I put negative 4x, sorry, there's no cube here. So negative 4x plus 8x add up to 4x and then plus 4. And don't forget, I put a negative in front, so because you need to distribute a negative to every single term. So the final answer is going to be negative x to the 4th power plus 2x cubed plus 3x squared, okay, minus 4x minus 4. And that's the end. And you can see here now that the leading term is negative x to the 4th power, right? Its degree is 4, and you know that it's even. Okay, 4 is even. The sign, there's a negative in front. So we know that the sign is negative, which match with what we found earlier looking at the graph. Okay, the sign of the leading coefficient is negative. It matches what you have above. And the degree here is 4, which is 4 is even number. Okay, so what is the domain? So because it's a polynomial, the domain is going to be all real numbers. And the range, you always go from lowest y value to the highest, lowest to highest. So the lowest y value is going to be negative infinity, comma, to what? The highest is going to be 0. And because the y value can be 0, because the y value being 0 represents the x-intercept, we want to put a bracket at 0. Okay, and that's the end. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope it was helpful. Have a wonderful day and see you until the next one. Bye-bye.